Hey folks, Forrest Elder, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cedar Creek in beautiful Gun Barrel City, America. So this is our 10-part little mini-series of tips of the trade. Top 10 mistakes to avoid when purchasing a vehicle. So number 9 is going to be not trading in a vehicle. So this is going to be a tip that does not apply to every consumer out there because some people will not have a trade. Either they don't want to trade, they don't have a car currently, they totaled it, ex-girlfriend took it, whatever the case may be. If you don't have a trade, then this obviously doesn't apply to you. But basically this is applying to the people who are trying to consider whether to trade the vehicle in as opposed to selling it outright. Trading a vehicle in does a ton of things for just the structure of the general transaction in general, okay? So first thing is banks look more favorably on transactions that have a trade-in because it shows that at some point in time you had to purchase a vehicle. So this isn't necessarily your first time buying a car, whether you have credit or not, okay? So they know that you were aware of the maintenance involved, the upkeep involved, that kind of stuff. So they're a little more, I guess, comfortable with lending money to somebody who has a trade-in. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make a difference sometimes. So that's the first thing, is that just the overall structure of the transaction tends to be a little more favorable. And that's just that part of it. So assuming you have a vehicle that's worth $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 or $8,000 that you have paid off or only owe a little bit on, all of a sudden that's a massive amount of equity that you're rolling into this car deal to essentially put you in a better purchasing position in general. The kind of standard, I guess, rule of thumb is on a 60-month term, for every $1,000 you either put down or have equity in, it's going to drop your payment $20. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but when you do the math on there, 60 months at $20 a month comes out to $1,200. So for every $1,000 you put down, it actually saves you $1,200 over the full term of your loan. So essentially it saves you $200. That, like I said, that's just general rule of thumb. Now it may change. 72 months, it's $15 to $17. Maybe 18, 84 months is usually, $10 to $13, whatever the case may be. But when you multiply that by the number of months, it's going to save you money in the long run, period. So that's the kind of the second part of what essentially having a trade-in is going to help you with. The biggest one is the tax savings on it, because what a lot of people don't realize is you only pay taxes on the difference between the trade-in vehicle and the vehicle you're purchasing. So if you're buying a vehicle that's $20,000, you have a $10,000 trade-in, you deduct the $10,000 from the 20, you only pay taxes on the $10,000. Essentially, you just saved yourself $625 in taxes right there, just because you traded in as opposed to selling it outright and then bringing it back. So does it make sense to sell it outright? Sometimes, of course. If a lot of times the dealership is not going to be the highest bidder on your trade. You can probably get more selling it outright. Reason is it's no secret, when we take a trade-in in, we're going to send it back and do reconditioning on it and send it through the shop and make sure everything's as close to showroom new on that vehicle as possible, and then we're going to resell it. And guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. We are in this business to make a profit, believe it or not. We don't want to knock anybody's head off or anything of the sort, but we do have to do something to provide all these people jobs and pay them salaries and all that kind of stuff, and we, believe it or not, we do have to make a little bit of money to do that. So I'm not going to be as strong when I'm taking a trade-in in as maybe somebody down the road that is an individual buyer, because they don't have any other expenses to associate to that than I do. But like I said, on the plus side is that I am a buyer right now on a trade, as opposed to trying to find somebody to purchase a trade. Can they secure the financing on the trade? Do they have the cash to buy the trade? There's a lot of factors involved there where I haven't had a check bounce yet that I've written for a trade. So like I said, if you need to get rid of it and you don't want to worry about all that kind of stuff, then you trade it in. It's all done in one transaction, smooth, easy, simple. And depending on your position in that trade, it could help with the overall structure of that transaction and make it go, like I said, smoother and
put
you in a better situation in the long run. So basically the equity position, deal structure, tax savings, those are the three main things of why trading a vehicle in is typically more beneficial than it would be selling it outright.